We'd have these family dinners, and,
Yeah.
and he would sort of, right when the digital cameras came out, it was also in perfect concert with when internet was dial-up.
Here's this name of this writer that cut through. That was interesting to me because, in older generations, everybody was listening to the same radio shows,
In a move no one saw coming, Ryan Reynolds has officially filed for divorce from Blake Lively. A couple once seen as the epitome of Hollywood romance is now at a breaking point, and the fallout is sending shockwaves across the industry. Fans are left reeling, insiders are in disbelief, and the biggest question remains, what went wrong? For years, Ryan and Blake were the definition of a power couple. Their playful social media exchanges, red carpet moments, and picture-perfect chemistry made them one of the most adored duos in the industry. But now, reports suggest that Blake is caught in a rapidly worsening situation, drawing eerie comparisons to Amber Heard's public downfall. Just like Amber once went from a beloved actress to the center of controversy, some believe Blake might be heading down a similar path. Whispers of trouble began circulating on the set of It Ends With Us, a highly anticipated adaptation of the best-selling novel. Directed by Justin Baldoni, the project was expected to be a defining moment in Blake's career. But instead of headlines celebrating her performance, the buzz is now centered around personal drama that no one anticipated. Hollywood is no stranger to sudden turns of fate. One moment, everything looks perfect. The next, a single decision ignites a media firestorm. Now, all eyes are on Blake. Will she weather the storm, or is this just the beginning of a much larger controversy? This story is far from over. Stay tuned for more updates as the drama unfolds.
It's believing that people and humanity are inherently good. And they crave nutritious food in their soul, just as they do in their bodies.
Lively's involvement in It Ends With Us seemed like a perfect fit. With her undeniable charisma and box office pull, she was poised to bring Justin Baldoni's emotional vision to life. At first, everything looked seamless, just like how Amber Heard, in the early days of her career, effortlessly landed major blockbuster roles. Social media was abuzz with excitement, predicting a film filled with creative synergy and mutual respect. But behind the scenes, the cracks started forming almost immediately. Rumors of personality clashes and power struggles began circulating. Blake's supporters dismissed them as exaggerated, perhaps just the usual industry gossip fueled by competition. But others saw a different pattern, one that felt eerily familiar. Just as Amber Heard's once immaculate image crumbled under a wave of contradictory narratives, Blake suddenly found herself at the center of swirling speculation. Stories of behind-the-scenes conflicts and media manipulation emerged, leaving many to wonder, was this another case of a Hollywood star losing control of their own narrative? Blake, however, didn't stay silent. Her initial statements painted her as a victim of a carefully crafted smear campaign. She suggested that Justin Baldoni himself was behind the leaks, feeding negative stories to the press in an attempt to undermine her. The pressure, she claimed, was beginning to take a toll on her well-being. Many believed her, pointing to the harsh scrutiny female stars often endure, where every action is magnified, dissected, and repackaged as controversy. But then came the text messages. A shocking twist revealed a different side of the story. According to leaked messages, Blake wasn't just reacting to negativity, she was orchestrating a strategy. Allegedly, she suggested that her husband, Ryan Reynolds, along with other powerful figures in her circle, could influence how the film was edited, marketed, and ultimately presented to the public. The revelation stunned fans who had always seen her as a genuine and straightforward star. Was this a calculated power move? Speculation erupted. The whispers of comparison to Amber Heard grew louder. Was Blake simply fighting back, or was she navigating Hollywood's power game behind the scenes? And just when it seemed the situation couldn't escalate further, she filed official documents outlining her grievances from the set, alleging that the production failed to support her postpartum condition. What started as a highly anticipated film has now become one of the biggest behind-the-scenes dramas in recent Hollywood history. And the question remains, is Blake Lively the victim of an industry power struggle, or is she the one pulling the strings? This story is far from over.
My real life clothes or my husband's clothes or my girlfriend Gigi's clothes. I was borrowing some.
Wait, that's kind of amazing. So you have something of Gigi's in the movie.
Yeah, it's like a wedding, like something old, something borrowed, something blue, something new.
Wait, which one? Now I want to think of the scene.
Oh, I'm wearing her stuff all over it.
Oh, really?
Tons of like Bodhi, which is with the suit now that I'm wearing is Bodhi. It was meant for my husband, but I
Wait,
borrowed
that's
it.
his suit?
It was meant for him to wear. But it's so pretty. Look at it. You guys are not getting it in the shot.
Blake Lively made serious claims about her treatment on the set of It Ends With Us, pointing to remarks she found hurtful and accusing the production of failing to follow proper guidelines in key scenes. If true, these allegations would cast a harsh spotlight on director Justin Baldoni's conduct. But just like past Hollywood controversies, most notably the chaos that once surrounded Amber Heard, counter-evidence soon emerged, offering a drastically different perspective. Extended footage and documentation revealed that Justin had, in fact, repeatedly checked in on Blake's comfort levels throughout production. Meanwhile, text logs regarding his visits to her trailer contradicted claims of an unannounced intrusion, instead confirming that she had previously invited him. Just as the tide seemed to turn, an even more damaging blow followed. Blake's high-profile attorney, known for representing some of Hollywood's biggest names, abruptly severed ties with her. And it wasn't a quiet departure. A public statement was issued, implying that Blake's account of events did not align with the details uncovered during the legal team's review. The move sent shockwaves through the industry. Typically, attorneys work behind the scenes to protect their clients. Ryan Reynolds filed for divorce. At first, sources close to the couple indicated that Ryan had stood firmly by Blake's side, supporting her through the growing controversy. He had initially believed in her version of events, unwilling to let public speculation dictate their private life. But as more details surfaced, the leaked messages, the conflicting reports, and the attorney's public exit, his confidence in her story began to crack. The final step was one no one expected, Ryan formally initiating divorce proceedings. The news shattered the long-standing image of their marriage as an unbreakable force, and the comparisons to Amber Heard's public unraveling became impossible to ignore. Just as Amber's personal relationships fractured under the weight of controversy, Blake's was now crumbling in real time, and perhaps the most damning perception shift of all, the idea that if even Ryan, the man closest to her, could no longer stand by her version of events, just maybe, the public needed to reconsider everything they thought they knew. This story isn't just a Hollywood scandal, it's a full-scale reckoning, and it's far from over.
The idea that people think that they know you, I think because of how intrusive media is these days, there's people care so much more about your personal life than they do your work, and if you aren't open with your personal life, then they just make it up for you and share it for you.